Do you realize that OSHA requires that crane operators, they are to be evaluated as well as certified if the crane operators are going to be operating in the construction industry? So why we want to evaluate is for compliance purposes to be in line with the 1926 subpart 1427F. In that section of that OSHA regulation out of 1926 subpart CC, you have the outline of what and why the crane operators have to be evaluated, even though they may be certified. Certification in itself is not a qualification. Those are two different aspects of the operator qualification process. The primary purpose is for documentation of the operator qualifications. The employer has a responsibility at the end of the day to ensure that the operators are qualified to do what they do. That has not changed. It has been in place for many years. So the employer has the ultimate responsibility to ensure the crane operators are qualified to do that work that they're assigned to do. These days, under OSHA 1926 1427 subpart F, is that now we have documentation. Two different ways to do that. Is documentation can be done by the employer, or the employer can hire a third party such as CICB to do a operator qualification evaluation. The key word here is documentation. There is no particular form that has to be filled out. However, something as simple and basic as a memorandum to file. So what's going to be on that memorandum is the name of the operator, the evaluator, the make, model, configuration of the crane. And of course we want to have the date on there as well. The purpose of the assessment is to evaluate the skills, knowledge, and ability of the operators. And that is obviously something that will be done in the field. Just so happens, out of OSHA citations, you have 7 out of 10 citations that is directly related to the documentation regarding crane operations. And again, the certification of an operator, that in itself is not a qualification. A question comes up from time to time about the qualification documents. If something is already existing on site, is that acceptable? And the answer is yes, provided that the evaluation is for a similar piece of equipment. For example, if you have a rough terrain crane, it's a 30-ton Grove, and you have a 50-ton Grove, that's quite similar. Another question that comes up is the person doing the evaluation, if it's not the employee, then how about a non-employee, such as a third party, such as CICB? So we can help with that effort. Another question that comes up, the evaluation of the qualification is non-portable between the employers. Another question that comes up are new hires. Whether it's somebody out of a union hall or non-union, either way, an evaluation is required. Now, how about the qualification requirements of a physical? According to ASME B30.5, which identifies the physical requirements such as eyesight, color, manual dexterity, etc., is that the physical exam is good for a period of 3 years. Another question that comes up is, how long is this qualification good for? That is a stipulation determined by the evaluator and is identified, could be identified on the documentation. Statistically speaking, over a period of 12 years, there's 1 crane-related fatality per week. Some of the programs that CICB offers to help mitigate problems such as an incident, accidents, and fatalities is overhead and mobile crane operator safety awareness programs. We also provide management assist visits as well as CCO lift director courses. If you need more information, contact CICB with the details on the screen. Thank you.